Mercury. So we're working with the mind, our connection to the lovers, Thoth, and Venus. Love. So we're going to expand the mind with love. The feminine. The moon. We're going to do some work with our soul. So we have our mind. We're expanding our mind with love. We're expanding with our soul. And this is working with the feminine. Our soul is the feminine. This is our habitual patterning. And this is connected to this, you know, the private pieces of ourselves. But we're expanding, we're shape-shifting, okay? We're going to shape-shift with La Luna. Thank you, La Luna. And expand. And this is very ancient. I can feel how ancient this is. But we're expanding it with a fresh approach, with fresh energy. Our next planet is Mars. So we're going to add the force now. We need to add the force because it's part of the equation. We must act with force. We must act with the energy. We must act with the masculine. And Jupiter, our abundance. This is connected to our abundance. We know the planet of luck and expansion, but it's because we're expanding with balance. We're expanding with power, purpose. We're expanding with this fresh approach. It's a more youthful energy, but we know it's connected to what is ancient here with the moon. Our next visible planet is Saturn. So of course we need to add the element of truth. So here's our truth. Now, the planets that are not visible to the naked eye, we've got Neptune, Sacrifice, and Uranus, our genius. So we're going to make a sacrifice, and we found this out last time we met up. We have actually been finding this out, you know, the last few times we met up. And it has to do with old patterning to new, because that's how we're creating this fresh approach. That's how we're creating what is new. So we're going to use our great genius in order to do so. Now, what this is connected to is expanding through the earth with the energy of youth, but also the energy of nurture. That is key in this shift. And it's going to be connected to third eye activations and our dreams. Our dreams are going to help us to understand how to expand with the energy of youth and what is mature, and to nurture this, because we're going to nurture what we're in the growth of. So guys, pay attention to your dreams, okay? Now something is shifting with this new moon in Cancer. This cup is going to be illuminated, and we're going to ask how today. This is part of one of our activation cards, but with the masculine and feminine. We know we have the father, but it's with the cups. So we're working with the mother. Cancer, our connection to Cancer, and the moon. So we will be putting this aside for an activation card. Now, remember, this has to do with our truths. And last time we met up, we found out that we're being illuminated with our truths with the Ace of Swords and the Father of Swords. So here's the King of Swords. And this truth has been illuminated, and it's going to allow us to sustain and heal from the devil energies. Now here we're working with our chakras, our energy, and it's allowing us to heal with our relationships. And the moon with this misinterpretation that we've had with the creation of our relationships. This has to do with healing from trauma. We're going to get to that within a second, so hang tight. So we're healing from our obsessions with the devil energies. And this is siphoning our energy. We're taking our energy back, because remember, this is about our sustainability here, working with our energy. And that's through patterning. So we access how we're healing through the stillness. And what we're doing is we're healing from loneliness and separation by expanding with solitude. And solitude is high vibe, because we're not feeling lonely here. We're expanding with the universe. So we're using our knowledge. Remember, the King of Swords, our knowledge plus our independence with the Queen of Swords. And this was all activated in Gemini season. This allowed us to heal with karma. And we're spinning the wheel. We're shape-shifting. We restore justice with our truth, because we had to balance out our truth, okay? Remember, this has to do with karma, but we had to balance out our truth with our knowledge and our independence. That's key in this shift. So what has been happening in Gemini season, we know we're in Cancer, but this is the connection between Gemini and Cancer, is the fact that we were healing our relationships with the sacral chakra as we came together. And this is happening from within to without, with our purpose. Now remember, in the Patch Tarot, we see the Devil card, and the feminine is healing with the throat chakra and the masculine healing with the sacral. That's what this is. And here we have the feminine, the water, the masculine, the fire. Do you see the fire? And then the water and the dragons. Now, this is also a key piece of information, because the last time we met up, we got the North Node. And the North Node, we got the activation of this and what that meant, and how the head, the North, is the head of the dragon, and the South is the tail of the dragon. So we expand with our purpose, our life's purpose. And this has to do with communication, telepathy, okay? So we're expanding, we're working with our life's purpose as we expand telepathy with the sacral chakra and our relationships. So we're having a third eye activation with this. We're having a third eye activation. This is also part of one of our activation cards. So this is going to go with this, because something's activating within this cup. And it has to do with restoring balance with the moon. And our full moon in Sagittarius is going to meet up with our new moon in Cancer. And that's going to allow us to continue to expand and heal from our trauma. And this trauma is connected to our Seven of Swords situation. We're healing from a crisis. But this is activating with our Starseed roots and homes. And that's what this whole reading and message is honoring today, is what's happening within the sky. From the macrocosm to the microcosm, we shall expand. And we're doing this. We're having a completion and embodiment. And look, here we see the dragon again. Okay, and look, we've shape-shifted. We've shape-shifted, and now we're expanding. We are so expanding here. We're using our Merkaba, and we're expanding at the speed of light. And this has to do with the growth that we are achieving as we heal from unfulfillment, as you can see. And we're expanding with our crown chakra and having a completion and embodiment. Because remember, last time we met up, we spoke about the fact that we're going to, Cancer is connected to the crustacean. We're going to push through our shell and have growth, because we're prepping for Lionsgate, because we are going through Lionsgate, this time elevated. And this has to do with healing with our connections. Because remember, this has to do with part of our life. Oops, sorry guys. Part of our life's purpose here is communicating with telepathy. And when we are in separation, this can be way too much for us. But when we heal from separation by activating with our life's purpose, this is not. We heal. We're able to do this at a whole new elevation and space and place. And we go from being deceptive, because when we're in separation, this is very hard. We struggle with this. So we're deceptive with self, we're deceptive with others. But when we activate, do you see this? This is our divine blueprint in the cup. So we're activating with our life's purpose, okay? And we are able to become reflective and expand. And this is going to allow us to expand our relationships, because remember, this is what this is about. We're expanding this cup, and we're expanding this cup with our relationships. And part of mission work that we came here to achieve is to heal our relationships with communication in the world of telepathy. This has to do with our electromagnetic field and being able to communicate with telepathy, because we become heart-centered. And when we are using our electromagnetic field, which we use it all the time, every day, it's through the heart. The heart is like the main gauge. Okay, and remember, this is happening. Where is sustain? Well, I gotta get back to sustainability here. Through the heart chakra. This is like the engine, and we need to turn the key in here, and then, you know, everything else, we're expanding with it. But remember, we're expanding through the crown. We're having a completion and embodiment of this with our preparation for Lionsgate. And what this has to do with, when we're healing from obsession with the devil energies, it has to do with a Five of Swords situation, a conflict of the mind. And it's also going to help us with our Seven of Swords situation that we just saw here, and trauma, right? It has to do with a conflict within the mind that we're healing from. And remember, we're healing with the throat chakra. This is connected. The feminine was working on that. And remember, we have masculine and feminine within all of us. The feminine works with the throat chakra, and the masculine, the sacral. So here's our strength. And we're going to have strength to communicate within our relationships with our purpose. And this is going to allow us to expand with our Two of Cups. And what our Two of Cups is connected to is, we know we got these activations. We're working with the messenger of water and our connection to all of life here. We're connecting to life. There's a sea lion right there. We're connecting to life. We're connecting to the sea life within here. But this has to do with all of life. And we're releasing 7 tears in this body of water. Look, here's the body of water. And this is the Sahara Desert. This is a desert place. But look, within here is the watering hole where all the animals put aside their differences. And they all unite here through their common ground, literally, which is their connection to water, their connection to life, their connection to the mother. And what's going to happen through this experience is we're going to give birth to our purpose. We're going to give birth to our connection, our 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. We're going to give birth to it, remember, because we're using the sacral chakra. We're healing our relationships right now. And remember, this is all of our relationships, not just romantic, all of our relationships with the mind, and we're going to give birth. Now here within the 9 of Cups, we're giving birth, and we're giving birth to our 10 of Cups, which is our purpose. And you can see, look at all of the relationships, and we're doing this with the light. Here's the doorway opening up. This has something to do with the Lionsgate portal. Here's the dog. The dog is part of our happy home because we're connecting to more than just humanity. We're connecting to all of life. This is a universal expansion with all of life. And what this has to do with is we're in manifestation right now with the earth, and we're using the nutrients of the earth and the lower world in order to expand with the upper world through the center world. Now, we've faced the devil energies here. We've also accepted our dark. We're balancing our dark with our light. See, we're not all light here. We have not upset the balance, because that's not, when you really expand, you start to understand what this truly means. You go too far into the light and you've upset the balance. You have to accept your dark and expand the dark with the light. You have to expand the negative with the positive. You're not all living in the positive. That's unbalanced. That's not what this is about. This is being whole. This is being able to heal with what's negative. This is being able to heal with what's dark. This is being able to shapeshift and heal and transmute and transcend the trauma and the lower vibrations with the higher vibrations to find balance through the center point. So we really need to cultivate what this means, and we're going to understand what this means for all of us by what's illuminated within this cup. And it has to do with metamorphosis with death. Okay, we're going to have a transformation here. The key is when we get that much closer to death, we get that much closer to life. Remember, this is about that infinity symbol, the Lemonscape, and you know, being in the flow in this world of dualities through the center point, restoring the balance, finding the key, and also too healing with our multidimensionality. You know, many people, I'm like, am I living or am I dying? Am I living or am I dying? But this isn't that. Look, we're multidimensional. It's not one thing or the other. We're living and dying at the same time. Living and dying at the same time. But where are you feeding your energy into? And quite often it's both spaces and places through your experiences, because remember that the key is the balance. But I know I'm feeding into life. Look, I've stopped feeding into the death template, but I've experienced the death template. Now I'm feeding into the life template, because I understand that's where the growth is. But I still have to have these experiences in order to keep the balance and to understand this. This is very big. And remember, this has to do with the Vesica Pisces and expanding with meditation and love in the Vesica Pisces and the healing spiral. This is part of our third eye activation. Now, remember the infinity symbol. We got this message last time we met up. We confirmed that this is about death. This is about a transition. We're not in resistance to this transition. It's happening. Okay, look, there is the infinity symbol, the Lemonscape. Now, do you see how we're freeing what needs to be freed? Okay, and also too, we've connected to energy and other souls, okay? In order to do this is part of our third eye activation, part of our metamorphosis. Look at our wings. Okay, and look, it's connected to the Ankh, everlasting life, and giving birth, the birth. Remember, this is about strength in order to expand with our sacral chakra. This is being able to use our creativity to expand anew. And we're not giving this energy to the devil energies. We're giving this energy back into we're feeding it back into our being in order to become the Taurus and be sustainable and grow, because this is about our growth. Remember, we're gonna grow. Okay, we heal from the conflict of the mind and have a transformation through a transition, and we grow and expand. All right, I'm gonna put these over here. And what this is connected to, remember, we're expanding with love, we're expanding with connection. Look, we have the inner children, we have all the elements present, we have the earth, the air, the water, and the fire, baby. We have the forces of creation. Okay, here the tree has been burned down in order to understand purification, and here we've achieved growth of the harvest in order to understand shape-shifting, seed energy, and growth. And we have to understand both. You know, the forest gets burnt down, things get burnt down, there's a purification honored here and experience, and then we understand that we use the nutrients and this experience in order to achieve this growth with the harvest, seed energy, and shape-shifting, and honoring the forces of creation, okay? Now, remember, we're making a sacrifice in order to do this. And look, here's that serpent energy. But look at that serpent is illuminated with the colors of light. And look, we found the balance of the dark, the storms, and the day. We've got a connection to lightning. We still have the Ankh here. We're surrendering. We're not rejecting this surrender. We're becoming the positive charge in the negative situation. So there's the negative, but we have become the positive charge. So we're putting together the proper shapes. And what we're doing is we're healing from our worry and our 5 of discs situation. There's our connection to Mercury. So we're going to heal, remember, worry within the mind. This is about the mind. We know, we just saw those 5 swords, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to release to embrace. We're going to embrace and release. This is our connection to the all, to the everything. This is a multi-dimensional space and place, and we're lit here with our chakras, and this is connected to the parade of planets. And as we do this, we heal with the devil energies. Remember, the feminine, the throat chakra, right there. The masculine, the sacral. And we know all that glitters isn't gold. That's part of a trap here. It's part of the trap. Money makes people, and the monetary system makes people do things that are not heart-centered. Okay, so we're healing from addiction. We're healing from our lack of with our desire. And our addictions are connected to our worries. We're trying to heal our despair and our worry with our addictions to feel higher vibed, but it's actually depleting our energy. So we're going to use our desires to expand. And remember, our desires are connected to our life's purpose. These are our desires right here. Okay? So we got the activation of corruption. We confirmed that this was about balance as we heal from corruption with justice. Okay, we're restoring balance, we're making the proper shapes. Our soul weighs as much as a feather, but we're also healing with the forces of creation here. Restoring balance with the forces of creation, the four corners of the world, all four seasons and all four elements with our chakras. This is lit. This is part of sustainability. Now, we got these cards as well last time we met up. So we're healing from the devil energies. Remember, we're having a purification here. We know that nothing in nature ever goes to waste. So the creator has a plan. The forces of creation are using our experiences with the devil energies to help us to purify and have this growth, to achieve this growth. And we're growing with the emperor, and this is connected to the summer months. And we know in the northern hemisphere, we just activated with the summer solstice, and my counter just said 2211. I love it. So here we have the summer solstice, the emperor. Now we're restoring balance with what? Through the earth. Remember, this is about the Two of Pentacles and that baby cub and the mom cub expanding together through the center point. This is also connected to death in the patch tarot and everything we've talked about. So we're expanding by restoring balance through the earth with what? The Ace of Swords. And this is where we're having clarity to see how to expand with the mind. Because look, this is where we're becoming the positive charge within the mind. There's a third eye activation here. Here's the serpent that's illuminated. We got this as an activation last time we met up. There's the serpent around this card. And we know it's connected to lightning. And what this is allowing us to do, and all these cards came out together, is to heal from the Five of Pentacles, where we're feeling like this. So the moon is, and these are now channeled messages, cards I've been shown. The moon is helping to activate this portal. And remember, this portal is of balance. It's of a 2 through the center point. The new moon in Cancer is activating a portal for us to heal with love and connection. Because remember, this is about our relationships at the end of the day. And our truth and purpose communication of our relationships. Now, these are Canadian geese. Canadian geese mate for life. They mate for life. Look at that illumination with the light. And what this all has to do is with the cosmic flower. This has to do with our growth that we are achieving, because we were working with seed energy. We planted that seed energy and we're growing something, and we're growing something with our energy within us, and it's connected to sustainability and the Taurus. So we're not allowing our energy to be siphoned by the devil energies anymore, or to give it away. We are sustaining with our energy because we're understanding where to feed our energy into. And it's not into our conflicts. And it's not you know, playing with the devil energies in its lower vibrational way. It's using whatever experiences we have with the devil energies to expand with as fuel to get to where we're going. And that's how we're part of the Special Forces team, because we're using this energy and the negative to become to the positive charge and expand with it. We're using all of it, okay? And we're transitioning with it. We're transmuting it. We're transcending with it. So the frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. And there is an activation within this cup. Let's head on to our next part and find out what it is, guys. I love you. See you there.